a Chapter 3, Part 2 test review. All right, the first thing that we're going to review is how to graph. So when we look at an equation, the first thing that we're going to look for, is we're going to look for our slope. So our slope is going to be negative 2/3, which means down 2 to the right 3. And then we're going to look for our starting point, which is going to be 0, 3. So our starting point is 0, 3. Write that as an ordered pair. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and we're going to go find our starting point. We're going to make sure that we've labeled our x-axis and our y-axis, and we're going to find our starting point of 0, 3. And now we're going to go down 2 to the right 3. Down 2 to the right 3. And then we're going to do the opposite. We're going to go back to our starting point, up 2 to the left 3, up 2 to the left 3. We're going to connect our 5 points. We're going to notice that this is a positive slope and it is non-proportional. Next one. All right, so we're going to look for our slope. This time we have to make our slope, so we're going to put it over 1. So our slope is going to be 2 over 1, up 2 to the right 1. And our starting point, of course, because our formula is y is equal to mx plus b, we need to add a line and change the sign. And then this is going to be 0, negative 3 is going to be our starting point. So we're going to label our x-axis, and we're going to label our y-axis, and we're going to put in our starting point 0, negative 3. So we're going to go to 0, negative 3. Remember that your starting point is always going to be on your y-axis. Your starting point is always going to be on your y-axis. So 0, negative 3. And then we're going to go up 2 to the right 1. Up 2 to the right 1. Go back to our starting point. Down 2 to the left 1. Down 2 to the left 1. We'll make our connection with our line. And we'll notice that this is positive and non-proportional. Now, I just realized this is not positive up here. Sorry about that. This is negative. And we also forgot to label, this is our B, our y-intercept, our ordered pair 0, 3, and our starting point. Okay, let's go to this one. Positive non-proportional. This is our B, our y-intercept, our 0, negative 3, and our starting point. All right, number 3. Number 3, you'll notice that we don't have an x. So we don't have a slope, so we're going to need to put one in. So that means that we're going to have to rewrite it, and we're going to have to do y is equal to 0x minus 4. And we're going to have to put that 0 over 1. So our slope is going to be 0 over 1. And our starting point then is add a line, change the sign. So it's going to be 0, negative 4. 0, negative 4. So we're going to go ahead and label our x-axis, our y-axis, go to 0, negative 4. And we're going to go up 0 to the right 1, up 0 to the right 1. Then we're going to go back to our starting point. We're going to go down 0 to the left 1, down 0 to the left 1. Draw our line. You'll notice that this is a 0 slope and it is non-proportional. Let's go ahead and also label. This is my B. This is my y-intercept. This is my 0, -4, and it is my starting point. All right, let's take a look at number 4. So number 4, you'll notice that we don't have a y. So this one's special because we're going to need to put in a table. This is x and this is y. I'm told what my x equals, so that's going to be -3, -3, -3, -3, -3. Make this up. And then I'm going to put in -2, Hampton domain, -1, 0, 1, 2, so that I have my ordered pairs that I can graph. I'm going to draw my y-axis and my x-axis. I'm going to make sure that I label them. Then I'm going to go to -3, 2, -3, -2, -3, -1, -3, 0, -3, 1, -3, 2. You'll notice that my slope, I went up 1 to the right 0, and it is an undefined slope. And there is no y-intercept. Now we're going to start with a graph, and we're going to find the equation of the line. So we're going to go ahead, and here is our graph. And the line that we're going to use is going to be right here. So the first thing that we're going to do is write y equals mx plus b, m equals b equals. And we're going to find our m first. So we're going to take our ordered pairs. So I'm going to take this one and I'm going to take this one. So it's going to be 0, 5 and 1, 5. And I'm going to do x1, y1, x2, y2. And then I'm going to do my formula, m equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. M equals 5 minus 5, 1 minus 0. Keep, change, change, keep, change, change. So m is equal to 0 over 1. Now I'm going to find my b. So my b, I need an ordered pair, so I'm going to go ahead and use 1, 5. And I'm going to use my m, which is 0 over 1. Y equals mx plus b. My m is going to be 5. My x is going to be 0 over 1. My m is going to be 0 over 1. My x is going to be 1. 5 is equal to 0 over 1 times 1 plus b. 5 is equal to 0 plus b. Is the b on the left? It's not. So b plus 0 equals 5, symmetrical. And I did CPA at the same time and put the b first. 0 pair out the 0, and then b is equal to 5. So now I come back over here and write the equation of this line. Y is equal to mx plus b. My m is 0 over 1. My b is 5. So y is equal to 0 over 1x plus 5. Y is equal to 5. Okay, next one. Go ahead and put in our y-axis and our x-axis. Now the line that's going to be drawn for you here looks like this. And we're going to do equation of the line again. So we're going to do y is equal to mx plus b, m equals b equals. We're going to find our m. We're going to start with this ordered pair and this ordered pair. So we're going to go ahead and use 0, 4, and 1, 1. x1, y1, x2, y2. M equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. M equals 1 minus 4, 1 minus 0. Keep change, change, keep change, change. Negative 3 over 1. So my m is negative 3 over 1. And now I'm going to go ahead and find my b. So for my b, I'm going to use 1, 1. And m is equal to negative 3 over 1. Y is equal to mx plus b. My y is 1. My m is negative 3 over 1. And my x is 1. So I'm going to have 1 is equal to negative 3 over 1 times 1 plus b. 1 is equal to negative 3 plus b. Is the b on the left? It's not. Negative 3 plus b is equal to 1 is symmetrical. b plus negative 3 is equal to 1 is CPA. 0 pair your 3's. b is equal to 4. So I come back over here. My b is equal to 0, 4. I'm going to do y is equal to mx plus b. The m is negative 3. The b is 4, so y is equal to negative 3 over 1x plus 4. And now you've practiced for your tests.